Hey everyone, welcome to the Bible Belt Bros podcast. It is a rainy day today, so it's kind of cozy vibes at the house. Andrew's got the coffee, I've got the energy drink.
I'm already tired of this rain, and it just started here in Oklahoma. But I went on a trip to Tampa, and it was raining the entire time I was in Tampa. And then I come back to Oklahoma, and it's raining here. So I'm tired of this rain.
You're just tired of rain. Didn't you rent a convertible to be like, yeah, we're gonna hang out in Florida?
We never got to go to the beach. Never got to put the top down on the convertible. Really just stayed in the Airbnb the whole time and went to my convention. It sucked. I mean, the convention was good.
Well, how was your flights?
Flights were great, actually. No delays. And we have status, so when we go to the airport, we just go to the Admirals Club and hang out there, so I don't have to deal with people at the airport. So that was nice. Everything was good, actually.
No issues?
No. None for me. None for me. I know what you're trying to get at. My wife almost missed the connecting flight. But that wasn't due to delays or anything. It's just we had a back-to-back, and Dallas-Fort Worth is a massive airport, and they never land you at the gate
or near your gate. It's so dumb.
We landed, in the A concourse and had to go to the C concourse. And if you know Dallas, those two concourses are near each other. It just takes, 10, 15 minutes to get from one to the other. And we had 25 minutes to get from our gate to the next so when we got off when our flight landed, we taxied, got to the gate. Our other plane was already boarding. They closed the doors 15 minutes prior to a plane leaving.
Right. So technically you only have like 15 minutes.
Well, that's 25 because they start 40. They close 15. So you have 25 minutes. So they had when we got to our gate, they had just started boarding that one. So Lisa and I hightailed it to our next gate. Well,
Home Alone style?
We power walked. We didn't run. So yes, ish. But Lisa, on the 3-hour flight from Tampa to Dallas, she refused to go to the bathroom. When we got to Dallas, she really had to go to the bathroom, and so she decided to go to the bathroom, and I said, deuces, I'm going to the plane. So I got on the plane. I'm texting Dusty, waiting on Lisa. I said, well, I'm on the plane. Lisa's not, so you'll at least be picking me up. We will see if you're picking Lisa up, too.
I was just waiting for you to become a story. Like, there was that guy that left his wife at the airport because she wanted Starbucks.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm getting on the plane. We're boarding right now.
Right.
And then it ended up, it actually did leave her.
Yep.
I was expecting, all right, Andrew's on Fox News later tonight.
And she gave me her bag, so I took her bag with me. So she would have really had nothing. I mean,
you probably had her ID, everything.
She did have her purse.
Okay.
She just gave me her carry-on, but she would have been bored because she can't get in the Admirals Club without me. She would have been really bored just sitting there waiting on the next flight if she could have got on it.
Yeah, well, because you got one of the last ones out probably to Tulsa.
Yeah.
So
So she may have been waiting until the next morning without a change of clothes or her bathroom kit or anything. So.
Well, you both made it back. Long story short, Andrew wasn't on the news, But, that did bring me up to this topic today, Andrew, and that is sometimes we do crazy things nowadays to get the likes on TikTok, to get the views on TikTok.
Yes.
People fabricate stories.
All the time.
To do that kind of thing.
CNN, yes.
Well, I wasn't even talking about mainstream media. I was just talking about in general, like people fake injuries to
the fake news, the fake social media,
fake outrage about things.
Right.
We had that big scare of World War III is going to happen because of all the Russia stuff, and that was a week, and everybody was panicking on TikTok because that's what was getting the views. Everybody was getting emotionally scared. I posted a few things that then triggered some people because I was posting like, this is nothing new. Here's Obama saying it. Here's the Clinton saying it before that. Like this is. Absolutely. Been an ongoing thing.
Right.
And trying to calm people down. And then all of a sudden, and when I explained it to somebody, that I basically just said, hey, this is a thing that...
it repeats.
It repeats, and this outrage that everybody's freaking out about is just for the likes and the views.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the facts.
It's clickbait. Yeah, absolutely.
And it disappeared immediately when we went on to the next story.
And it's usually when they're trying to hide something else in the news.
Well, yeah, okay, that would be the conspiracy way of going it, but I think it's really just because that's what makes money.
Right.
Making money nowadays isn't fixing and telling the truth. It's getting the most people to click your ad to get the AdSense, right?
Well, it's not necessarily the news doing that stuff, though. It's a lot of the politicians, and it's fear-mongering so that they can get their base to side with them over the other side, usually. And that's the Russia hoax and all that.
Have you seen this meme that basically says podcast equipment is too cheap?
No.
Like podcast equipment needs to be more expensive.
Why?
Because now anybody can have a podcast.
Oh.
And some of their takes are just like,
yeah, but
probably some people think of our
but that's
takes.
because people can use their iPhones to record a podcast.
Right.
I mean, it's not the equipment itself, because if you look at our equipment, it's not cheap.
Well, yeah, we did it before it was cool.
Right.
So we had to pay.
Yeah.
No, actually, I still pay. I like the equipment. This remind me, Rabbit Trail here. One of the guys at work sent me this clip, basically. He's like, you guys need to talk about this or whatever. The idea was podcast equipment is just too cheap. Like, we need to make it more expensive to drown out these people who shouldn't be talking and having influence over anybody. And one of the influences was, like you're saying, that fear-mongering, that picking sides when it comes to politics. And they were basically saying, like, the church should be partisan and this is good versus evil, Democrat versus, and I'm like, what? You agree, shut up.
I agree.
But I was like, you're doing what everybody else is doing and saying this is the good side and this is the bad side, and we're fighting each other.
Well, there is good, there is evil. So yes, there is a line to be drawn. 100%.
Oh God! All right, we shouldn't have podcast equipment. Anyways, thanks for listening. We are canceled.
Great segue, because that's kind of what we wanted to talk about.
Oh,
Dusty.
getting canceled?
Yeah, getting canceled. Not necessarily getting canceled or the cancel culture, but having to censor what we say or what we send to friends or in our church groups.
Yeah.
You're in more of those chat groups than I am, thank goodness, because I usually leave them.
Well, I hate group texting in general.
Yes.
But let's start here, Andrew, with the Forrest Frank stuff. So, like,
okay,
because this will lead me up to what I was telling you earlier. So we had talked about Forrest Frank, how he had broke his back and he wrote that song, and then had the Lemonade, and how, like,
yeah, that was last week, right?
I honestly can't remember when. It could have been last week.
Could have been 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
By the time this comes out, it'll all be old news anyway. And you guys, why are you talking about Forrest Frank? That was like last week, because the way social media works, it's gone now.
Yep. New topic.
One of the things that started happening was a lot of other Christian artists, Christian influencers, I think, in a way to try to, like, get some... You know how, like, people use the popular songs to try to get their videos done. They try to do the kind of the same topic or whatever to kind of get in that same algorithm of those other people.
Steal some of that clout.
Right, basically. What was it? Was it Corey Asbury? I don't want to quote names now, but somebody put out a song about, like, their vasectomy, and like, like, basically everybody's recording it like they're Forrest Frank in bed. Right. Because his back's broken, and it was like, going through this surgery, and I just know God's got me, and it was like something about, he's got my seed, but I'm planted in Jesus, stuff like that. Like it, and the concept, it's hilarious.
It is, yeah.
But in utilizing somebody else's name and the clout for it,
right, and a actual trauma that he went through,
right, and so Forrest Frank kind of brought that up, and then now even people are like, this is a fake
outrage.
Beef that they had, that they made up. Like, why would somebody say, I'll be the bad guy and get all the hate online for what I'm going to say to you? You know what I mean?
Well, negative publicity is still publicity.
It is still. And usually that travels a lot faster than the positive publicity.
Does.
But with all of that said, like, Forrest just had, like, this thing, obviously he wrote a song about it. The preface was, you expect to get hate from non-Christians who don't understand miracles and don't understand how God works and those kind of things. But you don't expect that same hate to come from other Christians, other brothers in Christ, other people on your side, supposedly.
Right, yeah.
And with a lot of this, like, social media, you feel like you know people, but you don't know people.
Absolutely.
And so that's part of it, too.
Absolutely.
These guys have never talked before. And
their online persona. You don't know them and how they are deeply rooted, or, they may not be deeply rooted, but you don't know their upbringing. You don't know anything about them. You just know what they want you to know about them. So you know the book cover, essentially.
Exactly. And so now you're just in that, like, situation where Forrest Frank's hurt by all these other people probably more trying to get the clout than they are trying to make fun of him, but it comes across as making fun of him.
It does. Or it's at least making light of his situation and what he went through.
Oh, yeah, true. And like he was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yes.
Then Jesus did make lemons out of lemonade, you know? and really that song technically wasn't even started by him. It was started by the other people that wrote it, and then he became a part of it. But all of that to say, like, just how I wanted us to talk about why do we as Christians kind of throw other Christians under the bus on things and persecute each other? Like there just seems to be a lot of like, I'm the better Christian arguments all the time.
All the time. We had a podcast on that a few episodes ago.
When I said that, it became like, okay, I'm probably bringing something up we already talked about.
Yep. That was your texting group.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast.
Texting group. Yeah.
Again, you're in all these texting groups. And
I want out of them. I try to mute
leave them. That's what I do, Dusty. I leave.
That's what separates you and I, Andrew, is I want to be a jerk and you are a jerk.
I don't care if people know I'm a jerk. You care.
I just don't want,
And so that's kind of... So funny, we were actually going to do I'm spilling our tea, Dusty. We were going to do a different podcast, guys. So we're actually putting that one off because Dusty wants to bring someone on. And instead of arguing over that, we were like, you know what? He said something else. I said, and it hit a soapbox trigger for me. I was like, let's do that. All right, let's put this off. Let's do this soapbox topic because one of my soapbox things is why are Christians different with each other than they are at home? And it's so stinking annoying because at home you can let loose, you can be you, but once you go out in public, you have to put on this different face. And okay, let me take that back. It's not Christians, it's people.
Oh yeah.
It's society.
It's all people.
Now, Christians do it to an nth degree. In my opinion, because...
Well, I think it's because of how we're doing it. Because I know what you're talking about, and it's like being in the youth pastor circa for a while, and you go to all these conferences and stuff.
Yes.
And having friends that are youth pastors, you hear a lot more coarse joking when it's just youth pastors hanging out together.
Yes.
And then you separate them, and they're going and doing their ministry, and they're, stand up, hey, brother, I'm praying for you. Like, wait,
yes,
this is the same guy? Like...
And I'm going to put it out there. There was, I don't like that coarse joking. Okay. I'll tell myself again. I will do that coarse joking with my military buddies. That's it. And then, okay, let's lump Dusty in with that military buddies group.
I'm like an honorary military guy with all of Andrew's friends. I go to the with American Legion.
Yep.
And like
or the VFW.
VFW. Yeah. People know me and they're like, hey, and like, then somebody who doesn't know me, like, oh, where'd you serve? I'm like, man, I'm a Call of Duty veteran with Andrew. I've served many hours with him in the battlefield, but that is as far as I go. I have uncles and my grandpa were in the Navy, stuff like that. But me, myself, I'm just here. I volunteer and I will DJ your car show coming up, but I'll help you any way I can. But you just lump me in. I just get lumped in with all those guys.
So I'll tell, I'll tell more edgy comments with those guys, but then everybody else in my life gets the same me. And that's some people like that. Some people hate that because I'm just me. I'm not going to sugarcoat something for someone just because it may or may not hurt their feelings. That's just what people do. And Christians, like I said, they do it to an nth degree because now they're trying to live to a biblical standard and they don't want people thinking that they're hypocrites. And let me tell you guys, everyone is a hypocrite. Whether you're a Christian or not, you're a hypocrite in some way in your life. And so stop thinking a hypocrite is this negative term. All it means is you're real. You're going to mess up in things. You can't be perfect. Jesus was perfect. He is the only perfect. And so Jesus was the only non-hypocrite to ever live. Mm-hmm. And so if you think that that's an insult, change your mindset and just make it a way to improve yourself. Try not to be a hypocrite, but you know what? You're going to fail. And so sometime you will become a hypocrite.
And we say this, like, you intentionally will insult people or make them mad or cause a stir, offend, maybe is the word.
I mean, you say intentionally. I'm just not going to sugarcoat stuff.
Well, you'll say something knowing this will Maybe that's what I mean. Like
Right.
you'll say something knowing this is going to offend this person,
Right.
but I need to say
I will
it.
do. Yes. It needs to be said.
I will offend somebody on accident, not knowing probably for years that they were ever offended. Like the whole, I
Right.
said like that whole chicken farm thing. Where the
Oh,
girl's dead.
yeah.
I will say things like that and accidentally offend people all the time. But I try, if I know it could possibly, like, I guess maybe it's that verse, like, don't cause somebody to stumble, and this really has nothing to do with that. But I don't like an argument, so I don't want an argument. So if I think, hey, this person's probably going to say something, even though we believe two different things,
Right.
then I'm just not going to say it. It's not. I'll say it to somebody else, like you,
Right.
or friends that I know won't get offended, so they can know how funny I am. But I'm not going to say it, but you'll know how funny I am. Somebody hears it, you just got to get it out. But so should I say what I was going to do?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Because this, it
So
especially Dusty being my friend, it irks me a little that he didn't.
yeah,
Go for it, Dusty.
because it was very funny. But all right, it is becoming fall. Pumpkin spice lattes are now available at Starbucks. So our church group chat thing, they're going crazy. Oh, pumpkin spice latte. People posted pictures of them getting it from Starbucks. And then somebody posted a picture of pumpkin protein powder. Basically, it's fall when pumpkin starts getting added to all these different things. And so I took a picture of me getting pumpkin beer and I sent it and I was like, there's a lot more new people in this group chat that I don't really know personally. And if I don't know if I'm going to post this, then it's going to become a thing. And so I shared it to Randall and I said, this is what I want to post, but I'm not. And he just LOL'd it. And then I shared it to Sydney and I said, you guys are out here going pumpkin spice lattes and I'm over here like this, And then she said, I triple dog dare you to post it, but I didn't do it because already the timing's off now at that point.
Yeah.
But I did it the other day too. Like people were posting these songs like on YouTube and I apparently didn't read why they were posting. I just saw them posting like songs and I thought they were like, oh, super spiritual song. This is, then I posted like that Jesus is a friend of mine. Like that, I posted that as just kind of like a joke and nobody laughed. And I was like, what the heck? And then the next day is like, all right, thanks for giving us all your walk-up songs as we introduce small group leaders. I'm like, crap. I just clowned myself. No wonder nobody laughed. But like I'll post things like that and I'm like, man, I hope they get me when they get the sarcasm because it never really comes off through text. So that's what I was doing. And so I had, all this pumpkin spice talk sent me to the liquor store.
And so see,
because it was like, crap, pumpkin beer's out.
you kind of said, I hope some people get my sarcasm. Like people can't get to know you if you have to put on this veil and cover your true
I don't
being.
feel like maybe I'm putting on a veil by I just end up not saying anything at all.
Right.
Basically. So then you just don't get to know me at all.
Exactly. I mean, it's still people.
You don't know a fake me, I guess is what I'm saying. You just don't get to know me. I just text to people directly outside of the group chat.
And so that's really my soapbox right there is, everyone does it. I say everyone because I try not to do it. I might do it. I don't know if I do it. If I do, it's completely unintentional because I'm not trying to hide who I am and I'm going to own up to every one of my mistakes. And so even if I don't think it's a mistake, but if you think it is, then I'm still going up to it and I'm still going to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. Because ultimately I'm rooted in Jesus Christ and my faith and my belief and how I interpret the Bible, not what other people think of me. And I could care less if someone thinks that I'm an alcoholic because I drink a beer every one beer every 2 weeks. Like, okay, whip-de-doo, I drink a beer. We read multiple times in the Bible, Jesus turning water into wine. And for those of you who
don't... Did you do it
think,
multiple times or did you just do it once?
No, I'm pretty sure it was multiple.
We're supposed to drink wine in remembrance of him.
He did. So there we go.
People do that daily.
Right.
So
communion. There we go. That was wine. At the wedding party, it was wine. And for those of you who don't think it's fermented, I'm going to strongly disagree with you.
Let's not get in a beer, is it wine podcast. That's not what this was. This was about Christians hurting Christians.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, that was the initial. Essence. But then it turned into my soapbox rant.
Yeah.
So and Christians not being able to be themselves necessarily.
It be themselves in fear of judgment, in fear of
ridicule, and fear of maybe being taken out of their leadership position in their church because they don't fit a certain standard that the pastors are looking for.
And then if they don't fit that standard that the pastors are looking for and they try to leave the church to go somewhere else, now you're church hopping.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
it's a vicious cycle of
wait a minute.
It's literally a vicious cycle of Christians attacking Christians.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, the whole I can't remember the dude's name already. Frank
Viola.
No, not Frank Viola. The music, the artist, Forrest Frank.
Forrest Frank.
Oh my goodness. Not our good old pal Frankie Viola. Forrest Frank. Christians attacking Christians, and that's what this is if we can't be ourselves, it's because we're afraid of being attacked by other Christians. And why do Christians attack each other? I mean, we are supposed to be... I'm going through this exact same thing in the veteran community. All I want to do is help veterans, and I'm being attacked on other sides by other veterans who want to help veterans in other ways. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, guys, we can all help veterans. Let's just help veterans. And if you would put this energy towards helping veterans rather than towards hating another veteran, man, you could do so much more. And Christians, if you put that energy that you're using to attack other Christians towards helping the lost, holy crap, the amount of salvation that would come to the kingdom, that you're just stop attacking each other. It's really what it comes down to. Lift each other up. Stop putting on these veils. And I'm not, going to say everybody go out there and be yourself, because some of y'all are just... I'm sorry, Dusty sidetracked me. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
Sorry. Well, you're saying like, why are we doing that? And basically, in Acts, it talked about how the church grew. I think it's Acts chapter 2. It was talking about the church grew every day because people were seeing how much we cared for each other, took care of each other.
Yes, they sold their belongings to help each other.
Yeah, exactly. And the Lord added to their number daily. Those are being saved. Not even weekly, guys.
Daily.
And so I feel like that is what we're missing is there's so much divide. I was going to ask you, when it comes to the veteran stuff, does it happen to more people with other people who are trying to be in leadership and or have a status as well? I wonder, and I don't know if this is true, but because a lot of times that kind of stuff stems from jealousy or it stems from some insecurity, typically, where why can't I be that guy? Like I'm better,
right. Yeah.
And
I'm better than him. I should be that.
I've felt that many times. Like, why this guy? Like I'm like 20 times better at that task than that guy is. Right. I didn't even get asked, stuff like that. And then I'm like, I don't want to be asked. I'm an introvert. I just want to be asked so I can say no.
So I'm going to tell myself real quick, because a lot of people at our church do listen to this from what I'm finding out.
Oh gosh. I'm so sorry, people. This was a way better unfiltered podcast when people didn't listen that knew us.
But no, because I'm still coming unfiltered. It did kind of annoy me when, so I was put on we had the love offering for Christmas and all that. And so then I was put on a committee to decide how to spend that money and where that money was going to go. And so we voted, we did the thing. Well, one of the things was bathroom remodels. And so you and I think we talked about that on this podcast. And I was like, dude, I have no idea when I was on the committee. I voted for it. I know we approved the money, but nothing's happened. And then literally that Friday, or no, the next Wednesday, I found out, it's happening this week. I jumped the gun by a week without knowing it. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, wait, I was on that committee. I've done most of the remodeling in this church, and no one asked me anything. So who chose everything? Who made this plan? And I won't say my feelings got hurt, because they didn't.
Right.
Although it seems like they did now because I'm harping on it. But I'm like, man, it's weird. It was just uncommon. And so it was weird. And other people making the decisions. And then I still get called in to do the work. I'm like, it would have been 100 times easier to just ask me in the beginning, because we had to reorder parts and change things. Mm-hmm. And these were all things that I had already initially thought of as soon as they told me the plan.
Right.
But they didn't ask my opinion, so it caused a lot more work for everybody involved, except for me, because I was like, y'all screwed up. Y'all get to fix this. I'll be back when the parts get here. It did actually make me have to rush. So
yeah, then you're calling me on a Friday night.
Yes.
knowing it's No Friends Friday, tradition held at the Hope household for years.
And Dusty had to come to my rescue.
Not that we don't want to hang out with people on Fridays. It's just usually we'd never want to hang out with people, and then Friday comes along and we're like, well, we could have done something tonight. But I wouldn't have said yes on Thursday, you know.
Right.
And I'm not going to say yes now.
Yep. But I had to call Dusty in to rescue me because I needed help because, well, part of, having to reorder parts is now my week gets cut down into 2 days. And so Dusty had to come rescue me.
I'm a hero.
Yes, he is. He's my hero.
I'm a selfless hero.
No, you're a selfish hero.
Because I didn't come back on Saturday when that same text went out. I was like, I'll leave you on red, Betty.
But I will tell you, nobody did. I was the only one who was there that night. Oh. Well, my wife was there too.
I'm so sad now. But,
Thanks, selfish hero.
I needed to play Battlefield. That was only available this weekend. This is a free beta. All right. Well, stop hating on people. That's the thing on this. If you don't agree with them,
voice your opinion and be done.
And be done. Yeah. You're never, I don't think you're ever going to solve those kind of situations that way anyway. You're not going to change my belief that I have had for years over one conversation like that. And especially the conversation that,
I mean, you're going to plant a seed and maybe that seed will be sown later on.
Exactly.
But you're not going to change your perspective.
Nice callback to the vasectomy song.
Right.
About
that's not even what it was. It was literally
I know it wasn't.
Jesus' parable.
I know it wasn't. That's why I said it, because you. Yeah. So thanks for listening, subscribing, liking, sharing. We need to have Sarah on this podcast because
you always bring her up.
No, what? Me? You started it.
No,
and
now you started it. No, and I bring up Thomas.
Okay. Anyways, she's somebody that will argue for me. So she can argue with you. Because she was like, I have some things to say. So we might figure something out. Maybe we have a podcast at Boulder.
Hey, there we go.
Then we can have her on. All right, thanks for listening, subscribing, liking. I already said all this. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy.